Everybody, welcome back with the Purplatypus is the name, and Jaguars at Bills is the game today. Just kidding. Today we are going to be talking about Pokemon Pocket. Now, first, I got to give thanks to Vulcan. He has a new Pokemon Pocket YouTube channel, and I would not have known about this article without him. But basically, this is just an article all about the game, some of the mechanics, soft launch date, things like that. And holy crap, I'm trying to get rid of some of these ads. I already minimized the screen so much as an attempt to get to the ads. I mean, you can't even see the giant breasted woman here on the side. I mean, now you can, I suppose. Oops, sorry. But we're going to talk about Pokemon Pocket while listening to the music of Sorta Convallaria, because that's what I'm known for. So I'll try to keep everything within right here. And yeah, so I do plan on covering Pokemon Pocket. If it's not popular on the channel, then maybe it won't have a long life. I don't know. I will be playing it in my free time 100%. I am hoping that this could be a good secondary game for right now, because Sorta Convallaria, I'm level 60. I just don't need as much time in the game to get everything done. A lot of the content that could be made that is about the launch of the game has been done. So now it's mostly just topical stuff as new stuff comes out. But let's talk about Pokemon Pocket here. So they released the thing. So basically they're showing a bunch of cards. The cards are cool. So I don't know if you know anything about Pokemon Pocket, but they actually have this rarity system going from Diamond 1 up to 4 stars. This one's only 2 stars. I don't know if they even have any 4 stars here. These are only 2 stars. And so basically it's going to be the rarity. So you can see here there's like 4 diamond. If they're diamonds, they're going to look like a normal card, just look cool. But when they're like stars, that's when you start getting alternate artworks, like, you know, full portraits, or in the case of, let's take a look if we could see some of the really cool ones here. Full portraits, it goes up to 4 stars, but you can see here basically. So this, like, you're gonna be able to see here, this is 1 diamond, this is 1 star. This is the exact same card in terms of mechanical, like, you know, basically what it does in game, but it's just a really fancy art. So there's gonna be like really fancy art versions of cards that you're gonna be able to get. And then, you know, I believe there's trading, but I don't think it's at launch. So let's kind of talk about it. This is gonna go over the mechanics, which I think is gonna be interesting as well. So first, the game will soft launch in New Zealand on Thursday, September 26th at 6 a.m. I need help. I just spent 2 hours trying to get a Google Play account to help me, let me see the New Zealand Play Store. I can't figure it out. I honestly don't know how to do it. So, and I don't want to like accidentally set my content creator one to New Zealand and not be able to switch it back. I don't know. But when someone knows how to actually do this through BlueStacks, let me know. I tried it through BlueStacks. I couldn't get it to work. By changing my location, it's still, I had to like create a new Google account, but I had to have a cell phone, and my cell phone couldn't be used for another Google account. So I don't know. Battles. Players will construct 20 card decks. You can't have more than 2 copies of a card in your deck. So this is actually this is one of the most interesting lines of text to me about the entire mechanics of the game. Let's look at a calculator, right? So why I think this is so interesting is that this is going to make this one of the most consistent card games to ever exist. Maybe not literally the most, but if you look at, so each card, if you have 2 copies of it, you could have 10 cards in your deck, 2 copies of each of them. Every card, if you have Squirtle, for example, 2 copies of Squirtle, that's 10% of your deck. And if you have, you know, so each card has a potential to be 10% of your deck. That's a lot. Also, because like if you look at Magic, Magic has 60 cards decks, so triple the size, but only double the amount of cards at 4 copies. Pokemon, the original card game, is the same. Hearthstone is 30 cards, and you can only have 2 copies. So they're just bigger decks, and you can only have 2 copies. And then Yu-Gi-Oh is the only one that I think is more consistent than this, because Yu-Gi-Oh, you have 40 card decks with 3 cards, and I think that equates to, if you have 3 copies of a card, you have 13. That's 13% of your deck, which I think is insane. But basically, is this going to be? I think that this is probably a pretty good sweet spot. So Pokemon is really important because it has a lot of you need to get your lower rarity Pokemon typically to then level them up, you know, evolve them into higher level Pokemon. So I think this is toting that line pretty well of consistency without being hyper consistent. So consistency, I think, is like a slider in a card game that you want to have, but you don't want to go too far in either direction. You don't want it to just be Well, I mean, to be fair, you actually don't care about really low level of consistency. If you look at Magic the Gathering and Commander, where you have 100 cards singleton decks, right? So like you have one copy of every card, and you have 100 cards in the deck, but really it's closer to like 60-ish, 55, 60 in the deck, because of lands. But still, like that's really low consistency because you're getting a different flavor of your deck every time. But there's a lot of redundancy, so it still could be kind of consistent. But you don't want a card game to get too consistent. That is something that I think is potentially an issue, because if you had a card game, let's say like Marvel Snap's pretty darn consistent because you draw like 75% of your deck. But if you drew those last 3 cards every game and you always drew every card in your deck, you would always have the exact same game plan pretty much every single game, always. Drawing different cards and different combinations at different times adds a lot of replayability to a deck. Like you might want a deck to be hyper consistent, but if you do that if you play that deck and it plays out exactly the same 10 times in a row, you might just get bored way too fast, right? Whereas a deck that has a general strategy, but you kind of have to navigate card variants, draw variants, I think is really good. Now, of course, there's games like chess, where chess is deterministic in the sense there is no variance outside of how players involved it. However, card games tend to be simpler than chess, as the amount of moves you could do is much, much, much lower. And chess could branch out and really go a lot of directions, where I think card games need a little bit of variance, but I don't think you need to have too much variance either. You don't want just random into random Hearthstone. Anyway, at the start of the game, you draw 5 cards. You draw a quarter of your deck at the start of the game. Wow. Okay. And put down your active Pokemon up to 3 bench Pokemon. So you could have 4 Pokemon out. You have your active and your 3 benched. Interesting. I mean, I think that's pretty similar to normal Pokemon. There are no prize cards. Prize cards, I think, is the worst thing about Pokemon, the trading card game. It's like 6, I think it's 4 or 6. It depends. I played the Game Boy game. But point is, you have these prize card outs, and when you kill an enemy Pokemon, you make them faint, you get a prize card. The issue is if you have like a one-off in your deck that's really important for your deck to work and you want to search for it, and it's in the prize cards, you're stuck there until you get lucky and draw it. So prize cards, I think, is the worst mechanic in Pokemon. They took it out. I'm happy. The first player to win 3 points wins the match. You get 1 point for a regular Pokemon and 2 for a Pokemon EX. I'm a little worried about the Pokemon EX. Unless Pokemon EX is like such a core part of what the game is, but like my issue is once you've lost, you would rather have to lose 2 EX Pokemon. Like if you lose an EX Pokemon, you only have 1 point left till they win. You would rather just play another EX Pokemon, right? So that way, because these are theoretically at least going to be stronger than the normal Pokemon. And so you're going to get more total value of points because there were 2 points. And so you're kind of making them earn 4 points in order to win. However, maybe getting 2 EX Pokemon is easier said than done. But also maybe like what's stronger, 3 regular Pokemon or 2 EX Pokemon? Probably 2 EX, but I guess, time will tell. Little nervous about this, but we'll see how it actually plays out. I don't want to speculate too much going in. The player going first can't draw a card on their first turn or use an energy. You could use a supporter card. You can't have more than 10 cards in your hand, which is interesting. The fact that you can't have more than 10 cards in your hand and you have a 20 card deck. It means you could have half of your entire deck in your hand. This is like, I play Magic. This is an insane statement to me. At that, I'm like, I thought like your max hand size would be like 4, In Marvel Snap, I think it's a little bit higher than that too, but it's still pretty low. But like, yeah, you could have 10 cards in your hand. All right. I assume, like, how much draw could they possibly have in this game? It's a 20 card deck and you draw, how many rounds is this going to last? You're going to draw 25% of your deck at the start. Like in Magic, that would be like, instead of 60 cards, right? You draw 15 cards in your opening hand, 15, 30. Yeah, it's like you would draw 15 cards in Magic and your opening hand. That would break the game in half. But this is going to be built around that. We've known for a while that there are no energy cards in the game. Instead, when it's your turn, an energy will be generated in your energy zone. You will also be able to see energy that will be generated during your next turn. The energy zone holds only 1 energy at a time. If a card lets you attach another energy, such as Meltan, the energy will appear in your energy zone for usage. So I think this is just like, mechanically, every turn you draw an energy, but they don't have you draw it as a card. It's going to be like in this its own little pool. It can only hold one per turn. I don't think that this is any significant. Basically, it's saying you got to use it. You can't save up 2 energy and then attach. Like, you can't save up for 3 turns, do nothing, and then drop a Pokemon, drop all 4 energy on him in 1 turn. Like, you're gonna have to use an energy every single turn, essentially, or you lose it. It doesn't sound like they force you to use the energy, but you don't get to keep it. You're not gonna keep getting more. Because this says it can only hold 1 energy at a time. If a card you attach another energy with, so the generated energy are based on the types of Pokemon in your deck. This is so crazy. So this is like, I doubt that it's random. I doubt that it's random, but I bet it is an algorithm of somehow. It seems unnecessarily complex, but like if you have all, I don't know, psychic Pokemon, but you got 1 fire Pokemon in your deck, is it going to be 50-50? Is it going to alternate? Probably not. I would assume that they're going to take into account how many of a Pokemon that you have, or how many types of each you have. Like if your deck is 50-50, it'll probably almost alternate. I can't imagine it being percent based where it's like 75% and 25% chance, because you might just get really unlucky and never even be able to play, 25% of your deck. I'm thinking it might be like, once you pass certain thresholds, like if you have 5 cards of one type and 10 cards of another type, and then 5 trainers or whatever support cards, then maybe it's gonna be like turn 1 you get the one you have the majority of, turn 2 you get your second most majority of, and then it goes back to turn 1 you have the majority of it. So it might just kind of like, and if you have 3 colors, is it just gonna go through and alternate from your highest representation to your middle to your least? And then this is weird. I have no idea how this works and how it's going to be balanced, but this is actually a little, I think this is going to be hard to get right, but maybe they totally have mastered it, Anyway, I'm happy energies aren't in the deck. I do like lands a lot in Magic, but I don't feel like energy quite adds the same texture to a game as lands in Magic do. There will be no ranked mode for when the game releases at launch. Honestly, this is kind of good news, because this is probably going to be geared towards a younger audience. I bet they add a rank mode. If the game's popular, they'll add a rank mode, right? I mean, if people are spending a lot of money on the game with their really cool cards and they want to compete against other people, they will add a rank mode of some kind. Even Marvel Snap, who hates being competitive, they have some sort of competitive mode, right? And here's the thing. Players will be competitive in some way or another. They'll find a way. That players that want to be competitive will find a way to be competitive. So you don't need official support for it. But I actually think this is kind of good, at least on launch, because it just lets people play the game, learn the game, not worry about tryharding, not worrying about wailing out when the game first drops to like become the #1 rank in the world. Real world events, there's no plans. I don't care about that. Pack opening and collecting. So how does our collection actually work? By default, you can open 1 booster pack every 12 hours. This is not necessarily true. I get you earn 1 booster pack every 12 hours, or a total of 2 packs a day. So every 12 hours, you get a booster pack. The app will begin a countdown timer for when you can open your next pack. So basically every 12 hours, it's going to send you a notification. Hey, open a pack. And so you are getting a bunch of free packs. I mean, you're getting 14 packs a week, right? So, I mean, that's pretty good, especially because I think packs are about $1 roughly. I think you could buy, yeah, they're about $1. But this means you can have to check in at least every 12 hours. So the only part that I'm worried about regarding this is if it's 12 hours on the dot and they don't give you like a little bit of a window, because like if I check it at 5 p.m. every day and then 5 a.m., whatever, let's say I'm up at 5 a.m. I mean, realistically, it'll be probably for me 10 a.m. and 10 p.m., right? And if I check it at 10 a.m. every day, but today I woke up at 10:30, and am I not gonna be able to check it till 10:30 again that night? And then if I miss it at 10:30 and I'm at 10:35, am I eventually gonna end up pushing it around until I have to skip a pack in order to get it back on time? I don't know. So I hope that they give you a little bit of leeway, like in like an hour thing, like, oh, it doesn't just stop ticking down for the next one, like it could hold up to 2 packs. I think that would be ideal. But pack hourglasses, an in-game currency called pack hourglasses, allows you to reduce the pack opening timer by 1 hour. That means if you use 12, you'll be able to open another pack right away. So You're going to be able to basically buy or earn pack hourglasses. You spend them and it will lower your timer, so it'll unlock your next pack. You earn pack hourglasses in a variety of ways, such as increasing your player level or on missions. You could use pack hourglasses as soon as you get them, but it sounds like you could save them as well, which could be, it might be wise to save them until new cards drop. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm not going to save them. The other in-game currency is Poke Gold, which you purchase with real money. So you get 5. This is actually, I love how low these currencies are. 5 Poke Gold for 99 cents or 500 for $100. So there is no discount on anything, right? This one's actually the most expensive, $1.98. It would be $2.97 or something. Like, this is technically, like, buying this 3 times is technically cheaper than buying this, I think. But I do like it's 99 cents, $2.99, $10, and then it just like, all right, here's $100. So each Poke Gold reduces the pack opening timer. Oh, every Poke Gold opens the pack, reduces the pack timer by 2 hours. So 1 Poke Gold is essentially worth 2 of these hourglasses. So this right here is 10 hours. Basically, you can spend $1 to shave 10 hours off of your 12-hour timer. So that means if you use 6, yeah, that says it right here. If you use 6, which is, I would say it's not around $1. I mean, I guess it's around $1.20. You'll be able to open a booster pack. If you want to open 10 booster packs, it'll cost you around $12. So if you drop $100 on the first day, here we go. Actually, it says right here, I don't even need to do the math. You can't use more than 720 Poke Gold per day. 120 packs or 150 gold. So you can only open 150. This is what's funny. It says you can't use more than this much Poke Gold per day. It doesn't say you can only spend that much money per day. You could spend as much money per day as you want, but it'll only allow you to use 720 Poke Gold per day. So you could continue to buy Poke Gold and not do anything with it, it sounds like. Poke Gold can also be used to purchase virtual TCG accessories. Okay, so this is kind of weird. So I wonder if this 720 Poke Gold to open packs is what the limit is. Because if I spend $150 in the first day, because I like card games, and then I want to buy some virtual TCG accessories, am I taken away from my ability to get cards? Maybe. I don't know. But I doubt it. I bet that this is separate from other spending. I bet they just don't want you to be able to open more. Look, if you open 120 packs every day for the first week, maybe you'll be too far ahead. I don't know. Pack opening will thus work by using a combination of your daily packs, hourglasses, and Poke Gold. Yes. Pack points. You will earn 10 pack points from every booster pack you open. You can exchange these points for any card in the game. This is handy if you can't pull a certain card. So this is a pity timer, essentially. And you get to choose how you want it to go. So I think 4 diamond is the highest rarity card. So this is like a legend in Hearthstone, right? And then the 4 star is like a golden legendary, basically. This is going to be a very, very cool looking card, but I believe mechanically it caps off at the 500 mark. So that means if you open 50 packs, you'll get enough to get any card you want. Where's my calculator? 50 packs, so 25 days. Every 25 days, you're guaranteed to get any card in the game you want. Also, you could choose to get a common card, I suppose, after 2 days, every other day. And if you buy the 120 packs, that's 1,200. Right? That's 1,200. So even it's actually, this card is going to be about $300, maybe a little bit more than $300, right? Because you open $150 worth of packs, it's 120. That's going to be 1,200. And you do that again, you get 240. That's 2,400. Then you would still be 100 points off, which is another $5. So maybe 305-ish bucks is going to be how much it is to hard buy this, which means there's not a player in the game, I believe, that will be able to purchase one of these cards on the first day using pack points. You might be able to open one because a lot of people are going to be opening packs. Some people are going to open it. But you're not going to be able to just get enough points in the first day. It's going to take at least day 2, maybe day 3 for the first player to actually get one of their crown rares. But again, should you get 1 crown rare card or should you get 5 of the highest rarity cards in the game? You should probably do this. This seems super whale territory, or if you get really lucky. Even the immersive cards are probably cooler, but I am interested to see the 4-star crown rares. It's a cool system, especially because they have a clear line between playability and then just showing off. But there is definitely I definitely want one of these. I want a crown rare. One of them's got to be Charizard. Who else do you think it is? Pikachu, Charizard, and I think they said there's 3 in the game. I don't remember where I read that. I think it might have been in Vulcan's video. Charizard, Pikachu, Zapdos. Those are my 3 guesses. I'm sure Zapdos is in the game. All right, so let's take a look here. The rarest card in the game will be gold full art cards with a 4-star rarity. These cards are called crown rares. Oh, and there are only 3 of them in the game. None have been revealed yet. Got it. Well, I am excited to see crown rares. Premium pass. So there is going to be a $10 month pass. This will allow you to open a 3rd booster pack each day and also unlocks premium missions. So the premium missions will also give you a promo card. It's like a battle pass, right? So the very first thing you're going to get is a promo card. You're also going to accessories, card sleeves, coins, and alternate art versions of existing cards. So you are going to get a 3rd pack a day. So you are going to get 30 packs for $10. So you're getting about a 66% discount if you're playing every day for a month. That seems pretty wise. That seems like a good way to do it. Meowth's full art will be one of the exclusive promos for premium missions. Meowth is still available in the Apex pack, so they won't affect deck building. But this is just a way to maybe get him a little early. He's also probably not a very rare card. If you look, he's a colorless energy, and he only has 1 attack. This might have an effect. I don't know. But still, 10 damage. Like, this guy is not strong. But it is a really... I mean, unless this is like insane text right there. Very cool art. I'm excited to collect a lot of cool arts. Pull rates. All right, here's the gotcha, baby. To comply with certain gaming laws, the game tells you the chances of pulling any one card. So a specific diamond card will have a 0.02% chance of being pulled, which sounds really low. But you're guaranteed this is for a specific one. So let's say there's 50 of them, right? So it's actually going to be like a specific one is like, you know, 1 out of 50 of that percent. But I'm sure most of your packs are going to be mostly these. So it is weird to kind of express it that way. But it's like, I kind of wish it was like, oh, to pull, instead of a specific one, I kind of wish it would be like how much it is to pull 1-star diamonds in general, or 1 diamonds in general. Chance of pulling a 4-star rarity card will have a 0.013% chance of being pulled. So this to me reads a little bit differently, where it's like, where this is a specific card at a 0.02% chance. This is any version of a 4-star crown rare card. This could be specific, but there's only 3 of them. Would that triple this and give you a 0.039, which is still like a 3% chance, right? No, it's not a 3% chance. I'm sorry, it's a 0.03 per, 0.04% chance. I don't know. It sounds like it might be for, like, you might have like a 0.13% chance of getting a 4-star card, and then it's going to randomly choose one of the ones that exist. But I assume if you get dupes, you're going to be able to trade that dupe if they actually add duping, which I'm not sure is in the game yet. You could convert duplicate cards in your collection into shine dust. Yes, please. This allows you to add custom animations or flares to individual cards, such as shiny stars or Pokeballs. So interesting. So this dust system is not the Hearthstone dust system. The pack points, this is the Hearthstone dust system, where you get to look for specific cards after opening packs. But this, when you get duplicates, you actually just get to add flair to your cards to add a little bit of flavor, so you can customize the visual of the card. Hopefully you could then remove it if you decide you don't like it and don't need a different copy of the card. Interesting. This is, so dupes are kind of lame. They're only going to change, let you get more cosmetics. But the positive side of that is that just you're basically getting dupe dust whenever you just get any pack, even if you're getting all new cards, which is kind of nice. You could use a custom code to battle or trade other players, whether locally or online. Trading is not available at launch. Okay, so no trading at launch. It will probably be added. I don't even know how I feel about trading. To me, it's going to bring a real life marketplace into the game if you could trade. Where, like, yeah, maybe in the game it doesn't have like prices on this, but if I get a 4-star crown card and that card is currently going for $300 or something in the game, or I don't know, 200, 100, maybe it's wanted, maybe it's not, but let's just say $300, and someone wants it, they'll pay me $300 outside of the game, and then they'll trade me their 1-star Eevee or their 1 diamond Eevee for my my Charizard or whatever. So trading will add a global market system outside of the game because people will want to buy what they want to buy directly without gambling on packs. But it is interesting, I guess. You know, it's still trading is fun. You could use custom code to battle or trade players. I am excited to battle friends. When the game starts, you're going to choose a starter and you're going to get, you know, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, or Charmander. You're going to get a deck built around them. Also, you do get a 1-star version of the Squirtle. I think I am, or, you know, whatever one you pick. I think I'm a Bulbasaur main. I like the I just like Leech Seed, and I like Control-y more, and I always feel like the plant types have a little more controlling ability, self-healing, stuff like that. Item cards like Pokeballs are not available in the main set. This will prevent from clogging up packs. So this implies to me one of two things. I don't fully know. Either all item cards are not in the main set, or the most basic and generic of the cards are not in the main set, and still there will be chase item cards in the main set. I don't know. You can get these from the other means, but also this does very clear that this says in the main set, so they'll probably add item cards and trainer cards and support cards or whatever in other sets, depending on how it goes. But basically, it sounds like they're not going to try to clog up with a bunch of non-Pokemon cards because they want to give people the ability to collect the Pokemon, which is kind of one of the main draws of the game. From, you know, there's going to be a lot of collectors that play the game. Future sets, there's no predetermined schedule for releasing new sets. The developers will assess how much of the player base has collected sets before releasing another one. I don't like this, but basically it sounds like instead of a schedule, they're just going to decide when they want. They're like, hey, we have the set ready, but we're going to wait because only the player base only has 20% of the cards. So we're going to wait till the average player has 50% of the cards, and then we'll release a new set, something like that. So it's going to be variable. Missions and progression. There are countless daily missions you can complete to earn rewards, such as pack hourglasses. This is logging in, open 4 booster packs, reach player level 3, trade. Reaching player level 3 is not a daily mission, by the way. You only reach player level 3 once. So I don't know if opening 4 booster packs a day is what they mean, or if they just mean probably every day. Well, no. They wouldn't put a daily mission to open 4 booster packs, right? That would mean they would put a daily mission to incentivize people to spend $2 a day, or at least $1 a day if you buy the monthly pass. This is probably, once you reach thresholds of opening booster packs, they probably have rewards. So once you open 4, once you open 50 or 100, they probably have like rewards to incentivize that you've got that much. That way you could earn this over time. But I doubt they'd put a daily mission in there that everyone's going to fail. That's a free to play. It would feel too bad. So these are probably not daily missions. But logging in every day is probably a reward. Reaching player level 3 is going to be a one-time mission. Trading every day, well, this isn't even available on launch, but trading every day would be lame for a daily mission because it would fill the trades with a bunch of dog shit. Everyone just trading one card for one card just to get the reward. Collect cards following certain themes, such as all Electabuzz and Magmar cards. Okay, so these are more collection. These are more progression stuff, and then this seems like the only one that's actually daily here. There is a solo mode for battling against the AI. I mean, that's good. It'll allow me to, you could test decks before embarrassing yourself against other live people, you know. You could use AI. Hopefully I kept this in here. Oh man. Oh well. If I kept this out of there, I apologize. It's on me. There is a solo mode for battling against the AI. You could use AI battle for you and even create decks based on the cards you have. You could use AI to battle for you and even create decks. You don't even need to play the game. You could get pre-constructed decks for rental. You could have the AI make your deck. You could have the AI play your deck against another AI. No one needs to even play this game, I guess, to get rewards. I guess the idea is that if there's daily missions to do things, you could just have like, make a Charmander deck. All right, play this Charmander deck versus that AI, and then they'll just get your rewards over whatever. I'm sure they play badly, but that's kind of interesting. Anyway, that's going to be all for today. I know you guys can't see it that well, but just trust me that it looks cool. Anyway, yeah, we're going to be covering Pokemon, and it'll look better than this, but I'm just on a site, and I didn't want to show you all the ads on the sides, I guess. I don't use an ad blocker. Oh, what? But Platty, how could you? I know, I'm sorry. Anyway, that's all for this one, guys. Thank you very much for Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip-flops. Bye!
Platypus on the rise, watch the views go.